something, but hearing it from somebody else make it probably hit a little different.
Do you think somehow me going to talk to him about something is going to be a wake-up call?
Leticia has been quiet for a long time, holding her tongue while people dragged her name through the mud. But now, she's done playing nice. After years of being labeled the loyal wife, the one who looks the other way, and even the woman protecting a cheating husband, Leticia finally snapped. And when she spoke this time, she didn't hold back. She made one thing very clear. She doesn't respect side chicks. Not in her house, not around her marriage, and not in her circle, period. For months, whispers about infidelity, hidden relationships, and shady women hanging around her husband have been swirling online.
This is crazy. Like, people are really offering you money to come on this show and lie. So at that point, I was like, forget it. It's a lie. Like, now I don't believe anything.
Every time she opened her phone, there was another rumor, another story, another faceless account claiming to know her business. But instead of clapping back like most people would, Leticia stayed silent. She prayed, she smiled for the cameras, and she kept filming. But here's the thing, silence doesn't mean weakness, and Leticia's silence has finally turned into power. Because this time, she's not just defending herself, she's calling out a culture that glorifies side chicks and excuses women for breaking families apart. And when she said her piece, baby, she shook the entire internet. To understand why this moment hit so hard, you have to rewind. Leticia's been dealing with this storm for years.
You know, talking about business, like, can we not appreciate this moment right here?
I'm sorry, it's a business trip.
When she first stepped into the spotlight, she was just a Southern woman trying to balance her marriage, her kids, and her business while supporting her husband's dreams. She didn't ask for fame or drama. Reality TV came knocking, and like most people, she thought it would be a fun adventure, a way to showcase Black love, business, and family values. But fame has a funny way of exposing every crack in a marriage. When the show started, Leticia and her husband were seen as the power couple, solid, driven, and family-oriented. People admired them. They represented stability in a cast full of chaos. But that image didn't last long. As soon as rumors about infidelity hit the internet, Leticia's entire world changed.
The part of the harassing communications was you sending the picture.
No,
Right.
no, it wasn't.
Okay, that's the question I got to ask. The question is, how do you feel about that? That makes me lose respect for Marcella.
If it was true.
If it was true, yeah. I didn't
So
say
now
it was
that
true.
he's saying it
I
wasn't
assumed
a-
it was true.
So
you
if
assumed it
now that
was?
he's saying that it's not true, how do you feel about it?
I don't know if I would believe Marcella.
It started with small comments, little digs from castmates, shady posts from outsiders, and gossip blogs trying to connect dots that weren't even there. Then came the interviews, the anonymous women claiming they knew her husband personally. And before long, Leticia was forced to defend her entire marriage on camera, sometimes in tears, sometimes in silence, but always under pressure.
I hope that this doesn't make Tisha annoyed with me because I know she wanted some alone time.
While others mocked her, she held her head high. She went to church, stood by her man, and told everyone she wasn't going to let social media destroy what she built. But behind the scenes, it wasn't easy. The emotional toll was heavy. Every new episode came with new judgment. Every smile she gave was questioned. People said she looked fake, delusional, or in denial. And when one particular woman, a side chick connected to her husband's old friend, decided to speak publicly, everything exploded. That's when Leticia's quiet pain turned into rage. Now, fast forward to today, Leticia finally broke her silence, and baby, she came for everybody. It started with one simple repost, a video from influencer Nicole Austin, who went viral for saying, "A real woman doesn't entertain another woman's husband, and if you do, you're not empowered, you're pathetic." Leticia didn't write a long caption. She didn't have to. The message said everything. By reposting that video, Leticia sent a clear warning shot. She's not protecting anyone's feelings anymore. That post lit up the internet. Fans flooded her comments, saying, "It's about time," and "We've been waiting for this, Leticia." Even people who once doubted her started giving her props. Because for the first time, Leticia wasn't sitting back pretending to be unbothered. She was standing in her truth, strong, direct, and unapologetic. But that wasn't all. A few hours later, she followed it up with another post, a quote that read, "You can't destroy someone's family and then cry when karma destroys yours." That's when everyone knew this wasn't random, it was personal. Fans immediately started connecting the dots. They knew exactly who that message was aimed at, the women who had been stirring up rumors for years, the ones who bragged online about being the real one or the one he really wanted. And one name kept popping up more than any other: Ariane Curry. Ariane's name has been floating around this circle since the very beginning. She's been vocal, loud, and unfiltered about her past with Martell, but she's also thrown shade at Leticia, her husband, and almost every woman on the show. She's even accused the Scotts of hiding their own mess while pointing fingers at others. But here's the twist. What nobody expected was for Leticia to finally respond, not with shade, but with grace and power. On a recent live, Leticia opened up. Her tone was calm, but her words cut deep. She said, "I'm tired of seeing women brag about being with married men like it's cute. It's not. You're not winning anything. You're destroying something sacred." That line went viral, and the way she said it, slow, steady, emotional, hit differently. She went on to say, "I've been quiet because I wanted to protect my peace. But the truth is, silence lets people create their own stories, and I'm done letting strangers tell mine." That was her mic drop moment. Leticia didn't name names, but she didn't have to. Everyone watching knew exactly who she was talking about. The live ended with her saying, "If you know your worth, you don't chase what belongs to someone else." That right there, that was the line of the season. But let's talk about why this moment matters so much. Leticia isn't just speaking as a reality TV wife. She's speaking as a woman who's been tested in every way possible. The internet has called her naive, brainwashed, and weak. Some even laughed when she talked about going to therapy with her husband, saying it wouldn't help. But what people forget is that therapy isn't just for fixing relationships, it's for healing yourself. And Leticia admitted that the hardest part wasn't dealing with her husband's alleged behavior, it was dealing with the constant humiliation of having her marriage debated by strangers every single day. She said, "It's one thing to fight for your marriage behind closed doors. It's another to fight for it while the world is watching, judging, and waiting for you to fail." That honesty struck a chord with a lot of women. Because how many people have stayed in relationships they weren't ready to give up on, even when everyone told them to leave? How many have had to smile through pain just to keep their family together? Leticia's story isn't just gossip, it's real life. And while the show might exaggerate the drama for ratings, her pain has always been real. The sleepless nights, the arguments, the public humiliation, the constant fear of being misunderstood. She's lived it all. Now, let's get real for a second. The word sidechick has been thrown around like a badge of honor lately. Social media has made it look glamorous. The gifts, the attention, the "I took her man" energy. But Leticia's message reminded everyone of what that really means. Broken homes, broken trust, and broken hearts. She said it best, you can't build happiness on top of someone else's tears. And that's what hit fans the hardest. Because it wasn't just shade, it was truth. Leticia made it clear she's not blaming the other woman for everything, but she's done letting people glamorize disrespect. She said, "It takes two to cheat, but it only takes one woman with integrity to say no." That's when people started realizing Leticia wasn't bitter, she was healing. Since that live, her energy has completely changed. Fans noticed how confident she's been lately. Glowing skin, bold outfits, new business ventures, and a lighter spirit. It's like she finally released all that pain she'd been carrying. Even her husband seemed to step up. At a recent event, he was seen holding her hand, publicly showing affection in ways fans hadn't seen before. He even gave a short speech, thanking her for never giving up on love, even when it wasn't easy. That moment went viral too, because people saw growth, or at least the effort to rebuild. Still, not everyone is buying it. Some fans say it's just damage control. Others believe Leticia truly reached her breaking point and decided she'd rather fight for her peace than for her image. Either way, she's in control now, and that's something nobody can take from her. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Rumors are swirling that producers are considering bringing Ariane onto the next season. If that happens, we might see one of the most explosive confrontations in reality TV history. Because let's be honest, Leticia's not the same woman she was a few years ago. The old Leticia cried in confessionals. The new Leticia speaks with fire in her eyes. If Ariane steps on that stage, Leticia will meet her head-on. No tears, no trembling, just truth. And fans are already divided. Some say they want to see that face-off. Others think Leticia has moved past it and doesn't need to lower herself to that level. But one thing's for sure, if those two ever share a scene, it's going to break the internet. Now, let's talk about the emotional side of this. When you've been humiliated publicly, it changes you. It humbles you, but it also hardens you. Leticia learned the painful way that not everyone clapping for you wants to see you win. Some people are just waiting for you to fall. She said in one of her recent posts, "Peace is expensive, but it's worth every penny." That simple sentence says so much. It shows she's no longer chasing validation, she's chasing healing. And maybe that's what this whole journey was really about, growth through pain. She started as a woman who wanted to prove her love to everyone, but now she's a woman proving her worth to herself. The transformation is powerful to watch. Because while her haters keep gossiping, Leticia's out here reclaiming her voice, and that's something no rumor can take away. At the end of the day, this isn't just about side chicks or cheating rumors. It's about self-respect. It's about a woman choosing to stand tall even after being dragged, mocked, and doubted. It's about not letting the internet define your marriage or your peace. Leticia finally said what needed to be said, that side chicks aren't the heroes of the story, no matter how social media tries to spin it. She reminded everyone that loyalty, forgiveness, and grace are not weaknesses. They're strength in its purest form. And the beauty of it all? She didn't have to curse anyone out or spill messy secrets. She just spoke her truth, calm, confident, and classy. Her silence used to be misunderstood. People thought it meant fear, but now we know it meant control. So as this new chapter unfolds, one thing is crystal clear. Leticia's done protecting other people's mess. She's reclaiming her narrative, standing in her truth, and reminding every woman out there that no one, and I mean no one, gets to define your worth except you. She went from being the quiet one in the background to the woman commanding every headline. And she did it by simply telling the truth. Because in a world where everyone's chasing clout, integrity still wins. So here's to Leticia, the woman who chose peace over pettiness, growth over gossip, and truth over silence. And if this is just the beginning of her speaking out, then baby, buckle up, because the real Leticia has finally arrived. What do you think? Did Leticia do the right thing by finally calling out the side chicks and setting boundaries? Or should she have kept it quiet like before? Let me know in the comments. Hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next chapter in this messy, emotional, but oh so real story. Because one thing's for sure, the drama in Huntsville, it's far from over.